Pemilu tahun ini di Malaysia diperkirakan jadi yang paling ketat sejak 1957. Pada 2008, oposisi memenangkan 5 negara bagian dan menafikan mayoritas koalisi Barisan Nasional yang berkuasa. Banyak pengamat politik yang mengatakan ini terjadi karena pihak oposisi memanfaatkan media baru untuk menyampaikan pesan mereka. Dengan hampir separuh pemilih berusia di bawah 40 tahun, Clarence Chua mencari tahu apakah pemilu media baru ini akan mengubah sejarah Malaysia atau tidak.
Alexandria Lok adalah mahasiswa berusia 22 tahun di Kuala Lumpur. Seperti kebanyakan anak muda Malaysia seusianya, dia sangat tergantung pada internet.
Basically, most of my understanding, information and whatnot are all from Facebook. Since new media is free, we paid internet already, so you might as well just make full use of the internet. I've read many new media, forms of new media, so I trust it more because I see a lot more background to it. I see a lot more sources to it. All my friends, they definitely just read from the new media. I don't think they, touch the newspaper either.
Komisi Pemilu mengatakan 42% pemilih dalam pemilu kali ini berusia di bawah 40 tahun. Dan dari 13 juta pemilih, 2,5 juta diantaranya berusia 20-an tahun. Perusahaan media tradisional di Malaysia dikendalikan oleh partai politik dari koalisi Barisan Nasional yang berkuasa. Tam Chi Mei adalah dosen jurnalistik di Monash University, Malaysia. Menurut dia, di masa pemilu, media tradisional seperti koran dan TV kebanyakan berpihak pada koalisi yang berkuasa.
You see their agenda coming out much more. You see their control of these outlets coming out much stronger. More often than not, newspapers that were a bit more neutral before become pro-owners, so it could be pro-BN, mostly pro-ruling coalition at this point. So you see a lot more stories on the coalition, their campaigns, their messages, and which leaves little or even no room for the opposition to add their message for people who don't have access to the internet.
Di pemilu tahun 2008, kelompok oposisi beralih ke blog dan SMS untuk menyampaikan pesan mereka. Ahmad Kamal adalah konsultan media sosial dari Politweet Enterprise, sebuah perusahaan yang mencermati tren politik lewat Facebook dan Twitter. Kata dia, kedua koalisi politik ini berharap bisa memanfaatkan generasi baru pengguna media internet di pemilu kali ini.
Okay, compared to 2008, it has increased, but to what degree I can't really say. And the only comparison I have is in 2010, the Hulu Selangor by-election. There were only a few hundred users tweeting about it, but today we have over 90,000 people tweeting about politics in Malaysia. And the population of Twitter users is estimated to be between 1 and 2 million. And for Facebook, it's about 13.3 million Facebook users in Malaysia, out of which over 9 million are above 21. So that's your potential voter market right there.
Tapi menurut Ahmad Kamal, pendekatan yang dilakukan Barisan Nasional tidak akan memenangkan pendukung baru di dunia maya. Koalisi ini bahkan diperkirakan kembali ke media tradisional.
BN is making use of Facebook and Twitter, but I guess the problem is how they are using it. You don't have that many supporters that are having conversations with users and trying to build up that rapport to get them to switch over to your site. Instead, they're trying to employ methods where they flood the channel with links to articles on their blogs or news about what the politicians are doing. And that's different from Pakatan style, which maybe they don't have as many paid people doing it, but whatever supporters they have are usually very strong, and they'll invest the time in having the conversations that help to change people's minds.
Namun kampanye pemilu dari Barisan Nasional di surat kabar dan spanduk menyebabkan ketidaknyamanan bagi sebagian masyarakat Malaysia. Dosen jurnalistik Tam Chi Mei menjelaskan kenapa.
In my opinion, the ads taken on by Barisan Nasional are very malicious. They want to spread a lot of fear amongst the community. They go on really baseless allegations of associating a vote for a certain political party with the increase of HIV/AIDS, for instance. what I've seen of Pakatan's, the opposition's ads is a bit more subtle. Their messaging, they try and engage the audience. They talk about issues rather than looking for trivial sort of points to attack their political opponents. But the ruling coalition seems to be doing up to its old tricks again.
I don't think that this advertisement has affected my decision to vote for whichever party that I choose for, because I believe that Malaysia now is more mature enough to not make a wrong decision.
Meski ada iklan-iklan yang menyeramkan itu, pemilih muda macam Alexandria Lok sudah bulat dengan pilihannya. Pemilu kali ini tidak hanya yang paling sengit, tapi juga menyandingkan media tradisional dengan media baru, dengan barisan nasional di satu sisi dan oposisi di sisi satunya. Dan jika oposisi mengambil alih kursi di Putrajaya, media baru telah memainkan peran penting dalam mengubah sejarah Malaysia. Laporan ini disusun Clarence Chua dari Kuala Lumpur untuk Asia Calling.